Hey, welcome back. It is the summer update. Yeah, I've been away for a while, went on vacation, stuff like that. So we're back. So every year's the same. We are going to do a kind of a three-parter, but maybe short. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, things I've collected during the summer, from holidays, from shop visits, Instagram. So it will be shop bought records like Caught in the Wild. Then there will be the Pankraker. Will be in the middle. Not going to do a separate video, we'll see. And then stuff from my new hunting grounds, Vinted, I guess, because it delivers treasure. We are listening to Necromonarchia Diamonum, one of the Hamia Finland bands that, yeah, the 2 or 3 members from the Witchcraft Circle do. They have a ton of bands. It's also responsible for this with the Hellhammer artwork. This is a self-release. I don't think it's an original, but they keep releasing on demand. So this comes from the Pankraker, and will show up in that video again. But that's what we're listening to. Probably won't get a copyright strike from them. Like Moon Hex and something with Goat Prayer Hex. Very prolific. I started just delving in stuff that I have started listening to, because they have a lot of shit and it's daunting sometimes when there's so many releases, so many events, but a tale all this time. Okay, let's go. So this is from the El Mundo Pintado, a local record shop. They had Ultimate Sin by Ozzy Osbourne. Now with the last Sabbath tour, I think a lot of stuff is popping up here and there, but this was just before that concert, which went okay, I guess. It is the last Sabbath concert, so it is what it is. This is a record from his solo period, just from '86. Hold up, here we go. Always the same. Yeah. Lightning Strikes, Killer of Giants, Thank God for the Bomb, Never, Shot in the Dark, Ultimate Sin, Secret Loser, which I really liked. And the artwork is iconic, classic even. There you go. Yeah, showed up for a decent price, had the original inner, which is very cool to see with the big yellow logo, and then the people involved. Yeah. Randy Castillo. Yeah, I'm looking at it, but you keep looking at the face, that Aussie face. I was looking for the lineup, but it's not that important if you want to make a short video. This is an epic pressing of this one, I think a European, something like that. Once again, not very important. Yeah. Gray center labels with the old looking epic logo on there. Just a nice pickup. I don't have too much Aussie solo material with this one, and then there's one more to round up this good video. So yeah, that's the first one. Nice pickup. I can go in there and just grab this alone, because this was actually a fair deal, which is the story for all of these records actually. This was also there because he just sold a Ween record. I'm slowly getting into Ween, just taking my time. Not getting into Ween, but buying Ween. This was there too. This is Moist Boys. Kind of a side project for one of the guys who is in here, a bit more hardcore punk oriented than Ween. Yeah, this is the cover. Cool thing is, it came from Amoeba for $3.99. There, sticker still on there. I don't know who picked that up. Yeah. On Grand Royal from '96. Beastie Boys connection there. Record in superb condition with the lyrics. There you go. Nice full sheet. Haven't delved too much into this, but yeah, upon first listen was a great song, because the connection with Ween is there, so picked it up. Recommendation actually by Kurt, the proprietor of the shop. There you go. Cover is insane. So looked good. Didn't cost money. Grabbed it. That's the third one from that pile, or the second one. Sorry. This is number 3, and this is Vitalik K.O. Iggy and the Stooges. I already have this, but it seems I'm buying multiple copies of Stooges stuff now. This is actually a very nice one. I think early European gatefold. What is the year on Skydog Melody? I don't think there's going to be a year on here. No. Yeah, it's the last ever Iggy in the studio show, Michigan Palace, Detroit, 73, 74. Iggy on the cover, being metallic and being KO Stooges. And then there's an inner gatefold with some live shots, iconic live shots. And then original inner sleeves. Looked really good actually for the price. I think one's like 12 euros for this. And even the most iconic shot is on there with Ron choking the shit out of Iggy. Very cool logo there. That picks up. There we go. A sky dog with a lightning mustache. So yeah, really nice to see this one pop up. I'm gonna sell the other one, but it's a later pressing of this record. So yeah, I don't think there will be too many people or too much fanfare for that one. Then in another one, just for the records, local record shop, they had this going up. This is the Benelux or the, I think another European pressing for the Smiths. The Queen is Dead, maybe their greatest album, who knows. Just like with Ween, I'm slowly getting them, not all of them, but some. Licensed from Rough Trade Records, distributed in the Netherlands, there you go, and in Belgium by Indisc in Brussels. Very nice looking copy. Once again, cheap for what it is, so I decided to pick it up. Gatefold with the lads, the Salford Lads Club. Look at them, how young. There you go. This is the track list. Yeah. Frankly, Mr. Shankly, Cemetery Gates, Big Mouth Strikes Again, Boy with a Thorn in His Side, they're all here. Some girls, you know. This is a gatefold, but a single record. It had the original inner, thank God, and it was an immaculate vinyl copy. I think there's one little scratch and bump on there, but that will wash out once I clean, so yeah. Very nice to see this. Pop up local. And then let's do the hat trick and go to Yank for George Records, because he had some tasty stuff too. This was there for me for a while. This is the latest Viagra Boys. If you know them, I think they're Swedish. I always forget. They feel so Australian, but I think they're Swedish. They're third full length, I guess, by now. I'm not even sure what it's called. Viagra Boys by Viagra Boys. Viagra Boys by Viagra Boys, something like that. Hole in the center. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. He's still got it. Inner with a very nice looking, I don't know, blue merge, gray, white merge. Very nice. This is out on their own label, I think, Shrimp Tech Enterprises on Stockholm, so yeah, they're probably Swedish as hell. But I don't know, they always feel Australian. I think their performance or their output on stage is very, I don't know. Then, what I actually went there for is this one, Apocalyptic Raids from Hellhammer. This is an, I guess, original European, I think German pressing of this monster on Noise Records. Yeah, from Berlin. This is the pink lettering. If you know, you know, but I collect pink things in black metal. If possible, you know, would like a, you know, Dead Crush, if you have one later on. This is the top loader, or the disco sleeve, however you want to call it. It is in very good condition. There's one, you know, one big line with pen, not pen, but it's, you know, dipped into the cover. But it's, for the condition, very good. I passed up on this a few times because not everything was there. The condition was not nice, and this one was actually very good. Came from a personal collection or a private collection they acquired, I think, or and a bunch of other records. No, it was around the same time the Bosom came in, so maybe from that, I don't know. What it had was the original inner or the lyric sheet with extra pictures. Oh, iconic helmet shots on that one. Very cool to see. So yeah, finally in collection. I have some of their stuff, of course, but was waiting for the perfect OG copy. This even came with a bonus as it had a Satanic Rites vintage back patch. This has been worn by the original seller. He just took it off his jacket and inserted it here. Just to sweeten the deal, I guess. Sweeten the deal for me. Very much so yeah. Comes with this nifty back patch of the demo periods, but damn, I'm so glad this is in the collection. Thanks, US. Then we went on holiday to round off the first part to the north of France. Not gonna say where because it's getting busier and busier, but there was a 14 Juillet, I guess their Independence Day or their big day of celebration. There was a flea market my wife found and was mostly antiques. And yeah, some good stuff. I bought a miniature tape rack, and then my girl Mimi, the daughter, she said there are records there, so we went over and she found gold, or we found gold. This is the first thing. There was a French guy selling very good records. He had a lot of Pink Floyd, so he started talking about Syd Barrett in that period, and he was very talkative. He luckily could speak English because my French only reaches so far. And I started pulling out really good records in there. There was a Manowar still in there that I left behind. There was the Piper at the Gates of Dawn was there. So yeah, a bunch of stuff. Then I saw this. He was, here's prices were insane. I mean, there's 18 on this one, but this was the first one together with this. I'll talk about this in a minute. This is a live, again, Aussie. Speak of the Devil. This is a live record from '84 also, maybe. It's not really on here. No, maybe later. So yeah, he was selling this one. One of the records that I always saw but was overpriced every time. This one is not in mint shape, but it looks the way it's supposed to look. This is the back. The gatefold is insane. There you go. With the, corpse painted individual there, looking mighty dead. And the Osman himself. This is the double gatefold, like I said, with the inner sleeves. The original owner took a Sharpie, red Sharpie to it, but yeah. It plays fine. I mean, for 18 you can't expect it to be awesome, but this is a Jet Recordings Dutch pressing of this one. The one without the cross on the center labels, if there are freaks, real freaks in here. But yeah, nice find. The other one, I think it's a nice find. The other one was the Nocturnus with the key. This one I pulled immediately, and he was asking 45, which is basically a steal to begin with. But after talking to the guy, he said, no, I schooled my youngest, or my daughter, that you don't have to, you can't be too enthusiastic when you're pulling records, because he knows you found gold. So I kept it cool. And he said, it's not the lowest price. So I said, what's the lowest you can go? And he said 50, I think, for both. So I went extra cheeky and said 40, and he sold it for 40 gold. So basically 20 a pop. This is, the key from Nocturnus, one that I didn't expect in the medieval courtyard in France, but hey, there it is. This is the original earache pressing from, I don't know, years. I think also in the 80s, but I'm not sure if it's the first half of the 80s or the second half of the 80s. Isn't important, I guess not, but sometimes it is. 1990, okay, there you go. So on the brink of the late. One of the Florida death metal things. This was done by Dan Seagrave, the cover, recorded at Morrisound by Tom Morris, so it's the deal. This was one of the guys, it's fuzzy, but this was one of the guys that was originally in Morbid Angel, I think, kind of a sarcophago sepultura thing. He went out of the band and started this, and this is more of a space themed, as you can see. It's like War Master, stuff like that, or the cover is. And then, but yeah, satanic nonetheless, so death metal, but the injection of keyboards by, who is the guy who is the keyboard player? I don't know too much about the history. Yeah, Mike Browning on drums and vocals, Mike Davis on guitar, Jeff Estes on bass, Sean McNanny on guitar, and Louis Panzer or Panzer on keyboards. So maybe the first, I don't know, injection of keyboards into death metal, I'm not sure, but very good records. Yeah, a classic in its own right. So to find that for that price, I mean, if you will see this in a record shop in this condition, which is not mint, but it has everything, you're looking at putting a 1 in front of this, I think. So yeah, very nice to see, and very nice to finally get some records for a good price, or a normal price. I was under the impression that it was not possible anymore, but La Douce France, I guess. So yeah, that's a nice stack to begin with. There's not black metal in there. There will be in the other parts, the Pankraker part and the Vinted part, which is pure black metal. But yeah, that's it for part 1. I'll see you in 2. Yes, still playing the finish tape in the back. It's a lot of material, so I'll just let it run for now. Decided to do the vintage or the web stuff, the Vinted or the web stuff first, and then Pankraker to round off the thing, because I need to get the shirts and stuff like that. Whatever, that's production. The first thing I got was this. I guess this came in right before the holidays. Carpathian Forest. This is on Nuclear War Now and Nesselblad from 2012, I think. This is Bloodlust and Perversion, their demo material, handy put on a compilation LP. As Axel called me out, I wasn't into Carpathian Forest just because of I saw one show with these guys, and I already talked about it, but it immediately broke the mystique of the entire band, because it was the things happening on stage was so funny. In the end, you know, it was just funny. But I think Arcane Archivist, which will pop up in a minute, mentioned or asked for favorite demos, and someone gave the material on this as one of their favorites, so I decided to jump in. This is a very good compilation of those materials. Side 1 has basically those 2 demos in full. There is a battery cover on here, the self-titled track, and there is a Venom cover in here, Warhead. The battery cover is called From the Grave. Yeah, early 90s material. Here is the gatefold, the mandatory Norwegian forest pick. I love these big sticks with all the nails in there. Demo has some great pictures too, like that. The 2 guys, Lord Karnstein and Lord Nosferatu, of course. And then this is the black vinyl version. There was a repress and a color version, but yeah, this is the, like I said, Nesselblad on the B-sides. I think Nosebleed. Nesselblad. And then this one is a very old school looking Nuclear War Now standoff center label with that on the back. So yeah, done material. I'm delving in. It's slower here and there than I expected, especially when you know what Norwegian did at the time, but I need to delve in a bit more just to get my fangs in there, pun intended. Yeah, Carpathian Forest. Who knew you could still become a fan in 2025? We'll see. But yeah, demo material, always great. That's the first thing. Really cheap pickups from the site I said. Second thing is this. I sold a shirt, I think, for way under the price. I just was like, yeah, have it. So I had some credits. I think I had 7 euros credit or something, and there was a guy selling a picture, so I just bought the picture. This is extra flyer material. Like the sun is rising up every new day. There's a band rising from the UK, but I don't know the band actually. Malé, I don't know. Mold of an Industrial Horizon. So basically old flyers that he stuck in with the picture. If you can tell all the bands, maybe there's a prize in here for you. So this is the second one. This is from, I'll give you a clue, Italy. I think this is called Crashing. This is from Putre Zine from Milano. And Discarnate. There you go. Has a stamp on the back, or a few stamps on the back. And then there's this one. Whiplash Productions presents Chaos and Technocratia, or Technokrach. I don't know. It's a bit under my radar, but it looks all this shit. Whiplash, Chaos and Technocracy, from Italy too. This came from Italy. This I just typed in, let's see what this site can do, and I just typed in Moonblood and this showed up. So a original whatever picture from Moonblood. So December 94, there is Gal Zagot and Occultus on the left and on the right. There you go. So yeah, I just said, what else am I gonna do with this €5? So there you go, a Moonblood picture. That is the second thing, and then the third thing, which I was looking for a while, but here it is. This is a reprint of one of the original Blessed and Sin shirts, the Finis Gloria Dei, with the Felicien Robs artwork. I hope YouTube will forgive me the penis. It has a big sigil on the back, Blessed and Sin. What's Ego Sum Sacerdos Luciferi in Aeternum. Very nice shirt, man. There you go. The guy, once again, he had it up for quite a bit, but I just said, hey, it's still available on their guy. Just want me to buy it from you for the price. It's yeah, no problem. Let's go. He even has a under the tag print, Blessed in Sin, Concilium, Untamed and Uncompromising since 1993. Very cool. Blessed in Sin, one of the original funeral members that then splintered off and concentrated on Blessed in Sin, a band that I will talk about more because there's stuff underway, but plagued with lineup changes, plagued with recording. Everything went wrong for these guys, but still they managed to have a serious output. But yeah, it makes it an interesting band. There you go. Then the last is a care package I got from Shiver, and Shiver is the scribe, elitist scripture for atavistic black metal zealots. This is an Arcane Archivist care package. This is the quote hanger or the sticker, whatever you want to do with it. So yeah, the sticker. Let's do first things first. We were talking for a while, and he was going to send me a package. I guess the new zine was coming in. This is Arcane Archivist, I think number 7. There's nothing too much on here, but yeah, there it is, issue 7. It feels, I don't know if it transcribes, it's a bit AMSR, it feels very sexual. Not sensual, but sexual. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very beautiful zine. Featuring Ancient, The Grim Years, Antaios, Profanatica, Solstafir, Spartsin, Svartidaudi, Vafurlogi, I don't know that, Odium, Energumen, Nuit Noir, Bereft Raven, Berigtat, and more, so stacked to the brim. I already read a bunch. It's a very good crossover between newer acts that still, you know, uphold the ancient ways or whatever, and then older bands that are, you know, actually ancient. Some of them that still are going, some of them that are not. There you go, 500. This is 240. He actually sent me 2 copies, so I don't know, maybe we'll give one away or trade. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe one for reading, one for, we'll see. Yeah, it's a very nice booklet, or it became a very nice see, I'm at the Ancient, The Grim Years. There you go. I just started reading that. What did I read? I read Odium, Bereft Raven, and you know, here and there some stuff. The Profanatica is very extensive. Here's the Svartsin. There you go. It is still available everywhere, but I would, if you are a fan of the zine, yeah, just recommend you get it. Meanwhile, my real excited to read this because I once talked to the guy, and it's not that I was not nice, but I just said that I didn't understand. I didn't understand what he was trying to do or doing, but yeah, it could be misconstrued as critique, I guess. Zombie Dance, the new Fragmentation, Black Death, pure American black metal, and the original tradition of Acheron, Theocide, Vital Remains, and the likes. First release in '95. This is coming out on a vinyl. I think that, and then a Depraving 7-inch. But yeah, it's filled with good shit. There's some 7-inch talks. He doesn't do too much newer stuff. There's the Bereft Raven and the Torture Palace productions, but the intro also says like, no, let's keep it old school. So yeah, 2 copies of the zine. There is the very nice Tarot Gauntlet Hands Arcane Archivist poster. The stickers were there, and then to round that entire thing off, there was the flyer for the Nokken, and this is the Semper Viren, I think, black metal Nokken Semper Viren, bandcamp.com. I don't think it's a big secret that this is his band came out, or the tape was released through Tour de Garde. I don't think there's a vinyl in the works for now, although it's on Inscripted Mist or something. I think that's what it's called, Inscripted Mist Creation, something like that. They did the Bmod from Norway, 12-inch, and now this, yeah, his own band. So artwork and logo created by Isa Carlucci, photography by Empyrean Siren, The Prophecy, The Throne and the Veil, Shiver and Vulcan. There you go. The artwork struck me immediately. It helps that Tour de Garde is doing the the tape version. That I noticed that stuff right away. 50 of 50. This is homemade. I mean, it's a CDR, I think. Well, what's a CDR? What's a CD? But yeah, came with a flyer and then a sticker. There we go. So, Shiver, thank you very much. It made it in the end. That's it. That was a lot of condensed black metal, old, new, whatever you want to call it. Then the last part is going to be Pankraker. Yes, the last part. Switched the tape up. I've been rearranging some stuff like usual, and this is Lucifer Sturz aus der Erde from Friedhof. It's been a while since I've put something Keller on, so this is an insane tape. It comes from the man himself. I showed this before, but it's like laminated J cards. The only one I have. It's a weird phenomenon, Keller scent. I actually got back onto it because of an episode of Barba Papa, the cartoon that my kids are watching. So there is a note from Siegfried. There you go. Very nice. Hails to Ritual Abuse Records. I think we got it, or I got 2 copies and sent one his way. There you go. Very cool tip. Very frantic. So we'll see how far we get into it. Third thing is the Pankraker. I only have the old poster. This was the festival. The new poster was really, really big. This was before the entire Brazilian assault got added. Yeah, Slutet, Body Vengeance, For Rien, which didn't show up. Gnawed Tongues, Faceless Entity, Apovrasma, Prehistoric War called Blood or Blut, Satanic Black Blood, and more to be added. There you go. Very fun festival, 2 days in the city center of Ghent, and the big bar street, I guess. Bit of a different atmosphere than the last time. Last time it was more in a secluded environment, but I guess they didn't or weren't comfortable with the venue anymore, so they moved over to the city center. Yeah, great festival, 2 days. Guys from Slutet were there, hung around with them, especially hung around with the Danish crowd. So yes, we'll do some promo stuff first. Pankraker things. What is in here? This is Gramschap. There you go. They had a cool Warlock shirt, but they didn't get back to me, so no dice. Then Pankraker Metal for Demons, the new sticker. The other one is The Family Life is Killing Metal. Very nice. Then there was this weird little flyer, Depraved Ritual on Defiled Altar, I think. Still have to look into that, or mail. But it says 4 tracks of pure necro black death metal worship, demonic dominion. So yeah, sounds nice. And an address, it's depravedritual@gmail.com, I think, if you're interested. It looks dope, so we'll see. Then there are the new Pankraker releases. I was thinking what 1 and 2 was, but I failed to look it up. The 1 was Witchfucker, I think, and then 2 I actually don't know. This is Trve, Satanic Black Blood. They played there. Met the guy very briefly, but I was in different phases of inebriation during the day. So Sulfuric Demonacy demo tape out now. Raw minimalist black metal. Raw. There you go. That is the first one. Second one is Bachten de Vullemone, I think. Merges feral intensity of black metal with pulsating oscillations of analog electronics. That's the one. Very sick cover, I think. Whitefield reads, there you go. Dead body, skinned dead body pushing someone into books. Love that thing. I didn't pick it up just because everything I got, I bought 1 record, and I'll tell you why, and the rest is all gifts, so this is beyond appreciated, but I'll get into it. I didn't buy records because I was camping and I was with a bike there, so no dice. This is for fans of Beherit, Iljorn, Klaus, Schulze, and Duff, so you know in what situation or what categories you should look for this. They played a very good set, actually, one of the things I managed to get. Then the last one, and this is 4 actually. This is Dead Dogs Howl, Black Circle Transcendency. Dreyer and Rasputin's tribute to the late great Baron Blood from Necromancia. Lyrics by Jim Mutilator and Magus and Traumatic. Hanging debut finally on wax. There you go. So an older Greek affair that came out, Dead Dogs Howl. Very nice looking records. I saw them there. Didn't see the tape, but the others. This is the full lineup. There you go. And I bought this record because of this. You know, it was the festival poster, I guess. This is, I have to see again, on Floga record, Cataphasia with whereas, yeah, can't read for shit. There's a lot of stuff falling out. Magus Venator. There we go. It's a Greek affair. I looked it up, but I already forgot. They have something to do with maybe Varatron, one of the Greek bands that does that style. It's a little less more that ancient Greek sounding. There's a melody in there, but it's more really played through stick and bones black metal with some not over the top elements, but the production is so grand that it is almost too clean, but still a very good record. I listened to it once digital, and then yesterday listened to on record, but it looks dope. There you go. Love the painting on the cover and on the inside. Is there some more info? Stefan Tyrant on screams, Atrus Achilia, I think, and DK on guitars. No, nothing too much more. Creak. Yeah. So yeah, in my opinion, festival records that nothing to do with that. But if you look at this poster, you kind of know how clean the production will sound. I can't explain why I say that or why I think that, but if you know, or if you have the same mind as mine, it kind of does. Center labels with some more medieval looking Luciferian creatures. There you go. So yeah, I think they're cheap records, and it was fun to grab this there. Otherwise, I probably would have missed it completely. Something like this on Floga. Not sure. That's that. What fell out was the, I don't know how nerdy you want to go today, but the bracelets, Metal for Demons. There you go. Was in there, so I remember from there. And then this is actually cool that this fell out. There's a medieval painting on the cover. We went to the MSK in Ghent, where they, I went with the Danish folk. With the Mayhem crowd, or part of the Mayhem crew. We celebrated the first day, and then the second day I parked my bike, I looked up, and they were there sitting at some, not a terrace, but you know, recuperating from the night before. Stories will be withheld. And they went to Plamgods, the big painting in the cathedral in Ghent, and they were going to the museum to look at the Hieronymus Bosch paintings. They had the Christ taken off the cross, I think is what it's called, and then one holy man crawling through the cave, the Hubrum cover. So great museum, but those two were definitely worth checking out. So I went that's the ticket, so that will also be in that record. Then last thing, Pankraker. Yes, I think, is the Pankraker Zine 3 for Crackit. This is it. They always have these weird half A4 but folded, so yeah, it looks cool, I think. Same goat as the Forbidden Temple I have up there, same picture. Love that etching too. I don't know who it's by, but whatever. So yeah, in this issue, this is the third in a row they released for the festival. Now it has the introduction, of course, then Inverted Pentagram, a Dutch band, very early Dutch band in the same time period as Noctam de Mantel, those kind of things. Then Witchcraft keeps popping up, Circle of Ouroboros, which Dimitri did, another guy that went all the way to the snowy lands of Finland to interview one of them. Then Faceless Entity rounds it off, which is a very good read. I just read through it. Dimitri Schuurman did the interview with Kalemi. Yeah. All rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced without permission from the publisher, Satan. There you go. Lineup. Yeah, it has some cool. There's a lot of text in here, like introduction, but they have some cool, you know, full photo pages where it takes us over. Every interview here is actually worth reading. They have good questions. They have, I mean, sometimes when I read stuff, it's all top layer questions all the time. These go a bit deeper. They are not done in one fail swoop all of the time, but here you go. This is the Faceless Entity. I think one more good picture should suffice. It is limited to 200. I'm not sure how many these they sold at the festival, but yeah, love this picture. They also played a killer set at the fest, but yeah. Limited to 200. Mine is 51. There you go. Upside down crossage. Very nice read. Then on to the gifts. I'll end with shirts for once. Mostly I do it the other way around, but this one was put in my hands by a Belgian wizard, Mr. Last Action. This is the Last Action Remnant split in a slime pack. So the tape is in a pouch, and then there is slime inserted in this, and then it's, I mean, how to open this is a good question without ruining it. I haven't heard it because he deleted his Bandcamp, or got deleted and then re-upload, but this is not on here, so I'm still looking. But I love the cover with the hyena. Remnant is one of the projects from Chevalier's Coq, that guy that unfortunately couldn't play at the festival. I was dying to see him because Jules was very lyrical about his I mean, he saw him somewhere, I'm not sure where. But yeah, Remnant, Last Action. Thank you very much, Mr. for this. It's actually a very beautiful thing. Even the back is gorgeous, you know, with the coloring through the slime. Thank you very much. Then there is a sticker, big ass sticker from Slutet, a sheet. It got mangled a bit, but I'm surprised it survived actually. I'll thank them later. And then there's this. I met a guy on, well, it's the guy from Funeral Vulva. This is the set list, I think. Yes, Pankraker Fest II, none of that. Here, the entire set list. They are a hooded band. I'm not sure where they're from. They could be from Italy, but they also could be from, I'm not sure. They don't put out too much information. But they were there. He clamped onto me at the merch table and said, I have some stuff for you. Some stuff turned out to be 6 tapes. During the entire festival, he just kept handing me tapes and wouldn't accept money, which was, yeah, for a lot of the shit that weekend the case. But here we go. I don't know anything about these. These are just for the Pankraker video, show and tell purposes. I'll get back to it when I have some more. But yeah, here we go. It's the first one, Nocturnal Depths. I guess these will show up in a tape delay, you know how it goes. Depths EP is a collector of dark ambient drone acoustic guitar demos written around 2020-21. Soundscape of thoughts and emotions in a time of solitude. Each track is another depth to the well. So yeah, these are not all Funeral Vulva, but it's also on their label or their circle or whatever. Occult Dark Ritual Arts. This is in there. And then this is one of the tapes. These are on the, I remember now, there is a tape label, Morbid Chance, but there is no, there's no internet presence for these guys, or no social presence, I should say. So this is the first one. Not a happy tape, I think, but we'll see. Number 1. Number 2 is a darker looking thing. Funeral Vulva, Carne Discernateur Humana, something like that. This one, very dark looking, very somber looking. These are all, you know, home dubbed, old, crazy, dirty tapes. A lot of spool on it, so I think a lot of material. This is on Manifest of Hate Creations. There is a Iki spot. This is Manifest of Hate, and then Morbid Chance. This is 31, number 80 of 80. So there you go, the last one. Blood, come. You tell me, maybe fire. Yeah. I know I should be able to read this by now, but the font is one of my least favorite fonts to read. There you go. The logo, I'm not sure if that clears out, but yeah. This tape is dedicated to those of cursed blood. Our flame will burn forever. So a lot of black metal quotes. The blue one, and this is Mimas with Calamity as foretold by the Ephemeridus. Titles, Jesus. There you go. Nice looking J card. There is a bunch of text in here. Kill web 3.1, one email at a time, contact Mimas, and on his contact address. Very nicely looking with a foil sticker there. They put some work into this, which makes it even cooler that they that he just gave it to me. A rotten syringe, I think. Rotten syringe. There you go. Looks like a ritual affair. Another big ass old tape. This looks a bit Legion Noir worship-ish, or the you know, Portuguese stuff. 10 out of 30. Cool logo. You know, 2019, 2024, so a compilation of earlier work maybe. Then there's this one, Fallis Vampiri Funeral Vulva, a split maybe, I'm not sure. Like this, there you go. Beautiful looking tapes. The blue, nice face on there. Seems like it's a three-way split. There's a lot of dong on here. I'll show it fast and furious. There's the stamps, and this is the cover for the tape. And then here's Dong Central. I don't know why everybody has to be naked right now, but I guess if you have it, shake it. Graf Corpus. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a split or what. I'm looking at Dong, so I'm gonna stop. So yeah, more to come, I guess. But there's just not that much info, so it's hard to talk about something that doesn't want to be talked about. Morbid Chance, The Black Archive, Volume 1, Eerie Sounds Captured and Described. There you go. It's kind of like the Black Angels looking tape, or one of those early French comps. Looks very dope. There's a lot of stuff on here. A side, B side for once. This is their most professionally done, I guess. This curse shall haunt you, and this is 226, so they have a bunch of these made. But there are a lot of bands on here, like Funeral Vulva, for example, but I also see Holfried, The Graves, I don't know that Friedhof is on here, weird. Baphomancia in his offertory is even on here, so yeah, there's a lot to go around. I don't know what the theme of this tape is, maybe just sick bands. He told me something about Polish stuff being on here, but yeah, I don't know. Dedicated to Lamb, maybe that's the true line. It keeps popping up. There he is. So yeah, that is the last of the tapes. Mr. Vulva, or Mr. Funeral, I don't know what your first name is. Thank you for these. These will be cherished for a while. Then I showed everything. Yes, then the shirts. Slutet played, of course. That was one of the main tickets, I think, for the festival. A lot of good bands, but they didn't play too much. I think it's their third live show after London and Uppsala. they made a shirt especially, or Jule, I guess, made a shirt especially for this one. The Lion of Ghent with the, you know, he doesn't have a Molotov, but his tail looks on fire. He has the Kalashnikov. Normally the crown would be yellow, and I think this would be red or something, but they went for an all-white shirt. Live in Ghent, Pankraker Festival 2, July 5, 2025. They played July 4th, but hey, mistakes on merch is the best thing there is. So that's the first one, very cool shirts. This is the second one, and this is done by Manifest of Hate Creations. The, you know, the lion dog bird. It has a name probably, but I forgot. There's this Manifest of Hate. I talked a bunch to Slutet this weekend. I even went doggy treat shopping with her, but it could be that there will be a next chapter in the video interview, whatever. We'll see. Then onto the Danish. I met a new guy there. I'm not sure if he wants his name out. He's just one of the guys that surrounds the entire Mayhem thing. He is one of the younger, or the youngest guys. It surprised me because we threw our age on the table. It surprised me. I was a grandfather of the crew. It shouldn't have, because they're all, you know, I knew they were young, but this one was one of the youngest ones. He is in Paleolithicum, Totem Tundra. Very cool shirt. They opened the festival, and I know I'm biased because I'm into the entire Corruption stuff, but even with all the mistakes they did, and they said they made mistakes, it was still a killer opening set. I wouldn't say they destroyed, I gave that to Broder. Yeah, but yeah, it was insane. I haven't seen any Broder merch or whatever. They just came, drank, went to see paintings, sobered up, killed it, went back to drinking, and on a plane, and they were gone. So yeah, those two brothers were there, J and E. Thank you very much for a great weekend, all the guys, Nicole too. And then Zimmer, the last one I want to thank. He brought me some Gabestok goodies, or Gabestok. This is from I think the release show they did at Mayhem, that RR 2025, I'm not sure. My father-in-law asked me, what the hell is that shirt? I said, I just got it from some weird Danish guy. I said, okay. I don't know what it says. It's just a big truck with a bunch of corpses going apeshit, Killdozer style, and then our favorite trend here. But yeah, Zimmer was there. That makes it all the worthwhile, however you say it. And he also gave me this one. He also had that one for my wife, which was insane. I have to thank the Gabis too. This is the long sleeve from that show with, you know, the guy in the stockade or in the Gabestok. Nothing on the back, but a very sweet long sleeve. And then my all-time new favorite shirt, which I have already worn on vacation, but I don't think I can wear it anymore in the fear that it will stain or show pit stains with my dirty sweat. Ridinsiste bun, I think. I love it. It's very simple, the logo on the cover, but the back is, you know, like an old skate logo or a deck graphic, whatever you want to call it. Very cool. Three guys cooking up a demon, which is actually the perfect way to describe the band. Zimmer and the other ones, thank you very much. Slutet, thank you very much. Vulva, thank you very much. Everybody that talked, came up, gave me a beer, drank Guinness with me, you know. Jules for the extras, Peter for organizing, Jules for organizing. It was insane. I hope to God there's a third one, so yeah, if I can help, shoot. That's it, 3-parter video, summer's done. We'll get back into the swing of things. I pulled back a bit in getting stuff, but wait till we see the next video, and this statement will be utter crap, as usual. I'm going to bounce around a bit to Friedhof, and then go and watch some Papa with the kids. I'll see you guys pretty soon. I'm not sure when. Bye. Peace.